You should know by now that the GXS Bank has cut their interest rates from the previous 3.4 something% to now 2.6 something%, which is pathetic. And you know that the 5.8% guarantee promotion by Moomoo Singapore as well as Smart Park by Phillip Securities is gonna end by 31st August 2023. So where is then the next best place to park your money and earn some good interest or high returns on your deposits? I'm gonna share some options today, and I'm going to classify them by capital guaranteed versus non-capital guaranteed. And you should know by now that high risk equals to high returns, low risk equals to low returns. And of course, if you think there are much better ideas for placing your cash deposits out there, come and join us at our over 9,000 members Telegram group at Honey Money SG to share with the community. So I will share about how each product works and how you're eligible to earn that high return or high interest. But ultimately, I'm not endorsing for any of them. If I put some money into them, it's because I wanted to try that product out first before I share it with my audience. And it's definitely not financial advice. So with that disclaimer in place, let's go to our first account, which is CIMB, Fast Saver or Star Saver, because you can earn 3.5% per annum interest. For new customers, you will need to open a CIMB savings account online by 30th September 2023, and you need to make a minimum deposit of $1,000 for a savings account or $5,000 for the current account. The other condition is that you need to at least maintain or increase the monthly savings balance compared to the previous month. So it also means that CIMB does not want you to withdraw any money out, and they want you to accumulate the savings to earn that 3.5% per annum. Also, you will earn the daily interest or profit, but it will only be credited by the next month. For existing customers who already have CIMB, Star Saver or Fast Saver, the process is quite different. You will have to scan this QR code on the CIMB homepage, where it will lead you to a WhatsApp message chat, and then you can sign up for the eligibility to get that 3.5% per annum. But note that you have a different timeline because it is only valid for 6 months from August 2023 to January 2024. And it's calculated on the incremental fresh funds balance. So what it means is that they will benchmark it to the 31st July 2023 bank balance. And if you have $0 on 31st July 2023, it means that any funds you put above $0 will get 3.5%. But let's say if you had $10,000, then you try to put in another $65,000 in your CIMB account to make it $75,000. Only that $65,000 will be recognized for that 3.5% per annum interest. You see, the good thing about having CIMB for 3.5% interest is that it is low risk because it is SDIC insured up to the first $75,000, as CIMB is a regulated bank in Singapore. There is also no cap on the deposit amount, which means that you can deposit even above $100,000. There is also no lock-in period because it is a liquid account, and that means you can transfer your funds freely, which is a pretty good return for a safe place to deposit your cash if you just want the liquidity and low risk. But I feel that if you want some places of higher return, then you need to take on additional risk, and that is where you can start looking at money market funds, which are considered low risk investments. And speaking of money market funds, I shall talk about Moneybook by Webull Singapore. As of the date of recording, the SGD money market fund in Webull is getting around 3.8% per annum return, and the USD money market fund is giving around 5.3% per annum return. For the portfolio wise, Moneybook is actually buying into Fullerton SGD cash fund for the SGD and Fullerton USD cash fund for the USD money market fund. So I think that for Moneybook, it is good for holding your funds when it is ready to be invested. Like you want to park some cash to be ready to load into your trade orders, and you don't want to keep it in the bank, because in order for you to place a trade with an online brokerage like Webull, you need to deposit money to increase your buying power first. And that's how Moneybook will help you, because once you deposit money, it's not sitting there doing nothing, It's there to help you gain some return, in fact daily returns with the money market fund. So maybe you have already set an order but your price haven't hit, and you're still waiting for the price to drop further before your order executes. So that's where the Moneybook is there to help you gain some return while you wait. And 3.8% for SGD is relatively good already. In fact, it's higher than CIMB, but of course, it is considered a low-risk investment and not a cash deposit or bank account. Now, if you're thinking, why use Webull on top of so many online brokerages, then I think that their pricing is quite competitive. In fact, it's zero commission until the 1st October 2024 for existing customers, and for new customers, you can get your first 180 days commission-free period. And you should definitely look at the sign-up gifts that Webull is offering as a sponsor of the video today. You know, the National Day may be over, but Webull's offer is not over yet. In fact, they even upsized my referral offer that is exclusive to Honey Money SG followers only. Now, if you fund $10 or more, you stand to win 3 chances where you can win fractional shares from USD $3 to $100. And if you fund 300 Singapore dollars or more, you can win free fractional shares or trading vouchers worth from $10 to $500 for 5 chances. So in total, if you're super lucky, you can win $300 from the 3 chances and $2,500 from the 5 chances. To be super clear, there is no buy trades required, so you just need to deposit money, $300 to get a max optimization. So use my referral link down below or scan the QR code right here to get your Webull account today. The next option is Chocolate Finance, and I must repeat 3 times: not capital guaranteed, not capital guaranteed, and not capital guaranteed, in case some of you ask me again. And the reason why it is not guaranteed is because it is not a bank account. Chocolate Finance is more like a managed investment account for depositing or withdrawal of funds while earning good returns without jumping through the hoops. So I have spoken personally to the CEO of Chocolate Finance, Walter, and his vision for Chocolate Finance is that he wants people to really have access to it like a bank account, which means the liquidity of transferring in and out of your funds without any lockup periods, without any complicated terms and conditions, while earning a little bit of good returns, specifically 4.5% per annum on your first $20,000. And Chocolate Finance will guarantee this 4.5% per annum for your first 20k up till 30th of June 2024, or when they have hit 500 million of AUM, assets under management. Now, regarding what Chocolate Finance is using your funds for, they are investing in 3 funds, namely the Dimensional SDIC SGD at 60% allocation, the UOB AM United SGD Fund at 35% allocation, and Fullerton SGD Cash Fund at 5% allocation. So they will only invest in these 3 money market funds. And for Chocolate Finance, since it is not a regulated bank, it does not have SDIC insurance of 75k. That only applies to banks. Other financial institutions like robo-advisors or discount online brokerages also do not have SDIC insurance anyway. But as an asset management company itself, Chocolate Finance will have to hold the customer funds in a custodian bank account, and they did it with HSBC and State Street. So it is considered a low risk investment subjected to the underlying risk of the bank. And from my experience of withdrawals, your first 20,000 is instant withdrawal. The funds actually arrive in my bank account within 1 minute. But I've spoken to Chocolate Finance team before, it only applies to the first 20k. Any funds above 20,000 will take a slightly longer processing time because they have to redeem your funds. So if you max out the Chocolate Finance account at $20,000, your daily return at 4.5% will be 20,000 multiplied by 4.5% divided by 365, and that is $2.47, enough to buy a drink daily. And right now my Chocolate Finance referral slots are very limited, but after this video I'll unlock the backdoor code so that I can allow more of you to sign up using my referral link down below. The last option I want to talk about is Syfe Cash Guaranteed Plus, which is a managed portfolio of fixed deposits, which means it is not a bank account and it's not SDIC insured for the first 75,000. So slightly different from Chocolate Finance. Chocolate Finance manages money market funds, but Syfe Cash Guaranteed Plus manages fixed deposits. And for a 3-month term, they will guarantee 3.7% per annum return. And just like any other asset management or financial institution, client funds in Syfe Cash Plus are held in separate custodian account with HSBC, Institutional Trust Services Singapore Limited. So they are held separately as a custodian, where they also stated that investment capital and returns are guaranteed, subjected to underlying bank risk. So you pray the bank don't collapse, your funds will be safe. And of course, since the portfolio is a fixed deposits, there will be a 3-month period where you cannot withdraw the funds. That's the purpose of fixed deposit. So if you want to calculate a 3 months, 90 days return, you don't have to do any working. You just have to go to Syfe website and then you go and scroll through this slider. And for a $10,000 at 3.7% for 90 days, you'll get $91. For new customers, there's a bonus $20 if you sign up with my referral link when you make a first deposit of $10,000 into the Cash Plus Guaranteed. And $20 out of a $10,000 at 3 months, that is an effective 0.8% per annum. So 3.7% plus the 0.8%, that is an effective 4.5% per annum if you just put in $10,000 as a new to Syfe customer. Not only that, if you sign up with my referral link and input Honey Money as the referral code, you can get 3 months of unlimited Syfe trades, so it will be commission free, and $20 cash for funding $2,000 into Syfe trade. So that is not a bad deal, right, considering all the welcome rewards that you may receive. In conclusion, remember, only bank accounts have SDIC insured up to the first $75,000. All your other low-risk investment products, they are not SDIC insured, so they are not capital guaranteed. Like Moneybook by Webull and Chocolate Finance, they are investing in money market funds, whereas Syfe Cash Plus Guaranteed is investing into fixed deposits. So they are all subjected to the underlying bank risk. When you take on any higher returns product, it is assumed that you will take on higher risk and your risk appetite will be higher for that potential return. So you have to manage your own risk. And if you want to find out what is my current cash strategy for the month of August before the month ends, then I'll encourage you to watch this previous video right here where I share with you the 5.8% guaranteed returns.